Welcome back to The Prenup, the podcast where we share the best wedding tips, trends, ideas, hacks. I'm Adriana, your host. Today we have a really special guest. Her name is Lauren, and she is from a company called Verstolo. So Verstolo is not only a jeweler, but they've kind of niched the market on renting jewelry for your wedding, which is so huge because so many brides want to wear beautiful diamonds and really luxury jewelry on their wedding day, but they can't really justify spending six, seven, eight, nine, $10,000 on a piece that they're just going to wear for one day and maybe not get a lot of opportunities to wear otherwise. So I'm really excited to talk with Lauren about what brides are looking for in terms of jewelry, what you should be looking for when you're shopping for your wedding jewelry, and what makes renting jewelry so special. She's really knowledgeable in this space, and we're thrilled to have her on. Welcome, Lauren.
Hello.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining me again.
No, of course, of course. Take two. I mean, last time we had such a great conversation, so I'm not worried.
I
Hopefully
know.
the sound will be great.
I know. I think it's going to be perfect. So I want to get right into it. A couple weeks ago, we had Bridal Fashion Week.
Yes.
I saw that you were there and I was there too. And I didn't see that you were there until after, or I would have
Oh
tried
my
to come
God.
find you.
Oh, that would have been like a perfect time for us to meet in person.
I
Next
know.
one
Yes, absolutely.
in
I'll make sure.
October.
Yes, I'll reach out to you beforehand and definitely get that scheduled. But just being there, it was so awesome. I kind of want to hear your experience and what you saw in terms of style and how that's kind of informing what you're going to be seeing in jewelry as well.
Sure, sure. So I was fortunate enough to kick off Fashion Week with the Mira Zwellinger show, which
Oh,
that is
same.
one of like, oh, so good at the Plaza. I mean, first of all, just the team, Mira and her daughter, like they were so special and beautiful and proud of their work. And like to see like two women behind the brand and a brand that's so successful and so trend-setting and just so beautiful was amazing.
Yes.
And the collection obviously was unbelievable. Like obviously you see a lot of transitions now in bridal. So it's not just about one look. We all know it's about multiple looks. So whether that's like a reception dress and a ceremony dress or an after party look. So they're really taking that trend and incorporating it into one dress. So they did a lot of removable sleeves and jackets and all of that, which I thought was really amazing. And also, their floral patterns and lace patterns are unlike any other. So that was like one of my favorite moments of Fashion Week. And then also we worked with Waters. And I think they're such a fun, young, trend-setting brand as well, like totally different from Mira. So it's a very different bridal customer, but I just like love seeing all the different like personalities and options within bridal. Like it's really truly amazing how much has evolved from like the basic classic white dress. Like there's so many options now. It's
Oh my.
crazy.
Yes, you're so right. The styles were so eclectic and yeah, just, the juxtaposition between something like Waters and something like Mira, which is so detailed, but
Mhm.
it's done in such a way that makes it almost look simple, but it's just, oh my gosh, it's exquisite. They totally
I know.
pioneered the whole removables moment and they're just killing it. Such a gorgeous brand. Waters as well. And congrats to
I
you
know.
when partnering with that. That's awesome.
Thank
Uh,
you. No, it was awesome. It was like our first bridal fashion week moment. We had a lot of influencers that we worked with, so it was a lot of fun.
that's so cool. And you also made a great point. Like, it came such a long way from this just traditional white dress. We saw so much color as well, which I know we saw.
Colors, florals.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
which is so, so great to see. So, in seeing that and all the different styles, are you noticing any kind of trend that might be on the horizon for maybe
Yeah.
any kind of jewelry pieces?
Totally. So I feel like we're in a little bit of like, we're a little bit between more is more and like the delicate bridal vibe. And
Yes.
I feel like I'm seeing both equally, which is kind of crazy. So I have, in the last couple of years, a lot of brides have been doing the statement earring and the tennis bracelet, like a very clean, classic look. I'm starting to see a lot more necklaces. I think like the classic tennis necklace is very much coming back into bridal, which is
Yeah.
beautiful. And one thing that's going to be new for us, and also you're seeing a lot of in bridal now, is pearls and the combination of diamonds and pearls making a comeback, which is so exciting. Like I'm sure you saw during Bridal Fashion Week, and even in the last like 2023, end of 2022 season, brides are incorporating pearls into their veils, into their dress. And to me, just bringing in the diamond element with pearls is just like a fresh, modern look. Is really exciting and really new. So we are in the process of rolling out our new collection for 2023 for our spring and summer brides. I should have our new pearl and diamond collection in the office in the next 2 weeks. So I
Oh,
am so excited because I have like a list of girls emailing me and a wait list trying to come see it. Everyone is so excited about it. So that's like definitely one of the big trends I'm seeing for this year and beyond.
that is so cool. It's so exciting. Pearls are certainly having a moment. I actually was laughing yesterday. I saw a centerpiece that had fresh fruit arrangements and there were
Uh-huh.
pearls inside the pears.
Oh my God. I love
Yes.
that.
Love it too. Like all pearls, everything. You're right. Oh my gosh. And pearls are so gorgeous. They're so classic and timeless, but you always do want that little sparkle of a diamond
Yeah, it
too.
just makes it more like more modern,
Yes.
um, more a little bit more special. Like I think like the clean like pearl, I don't know if like the plain pearl necklace will come back, but I think the elements of like golden pearl and diamond and pearl is like how we're looking at it now. And it's really beautiful. And it brings in like obviously the whiteness of the dress or the ivory, and it just works really well.
Yes, it's so delicate and it's so beautiful and classic, but there's just really nothing that kind of compares to the diamond. And even if you want to wear pearls, you kind of like still want that little
The little
shimmer.
sparkle.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah. So we're
before
so excited to add that to our rental collection.
I'm so excited for you guys. I can't wait to see it drop. I'm sure it'll be all over social. And
I hope
yes,
so.
and I'll link all of your stuff so everyone will be able to find you. But
Thank
I'll also
you.
promote it when it comes out. That's really, really exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. No, we're so excited. We launched some of our new rental collection. Like we did a soft launch the last couple of weeks, and I'm just waiting to get it on our website. We're a small team, so sometimes things take a little bit longer here. But
Sure.
we've launched some new clusters for our rental collection. So we have two new big clusters that we added that are really exciting because brides still love that big diamond look, like Hailey Bieber, definitely, and Paris Hilton. They set the trend with bridal
Yes.
when it comes to the big stud look. So we're definitely leaning into that more.
Uh,
And then we have some more delicate drops in our new collection. So it's all very exciting.
oh my gosh. It sounds so gorgeous. Speaking of delicate drops, everyone's so annoyed with me. I'm just obsessing over the Sophia Richie
Sophia
wedding.
Richie. Let's talk about it.
Oh my gosh. So all of the looks,
Jeez.
obviously. I mean, she is just over the past couple of years, she's become kind of the classic style for young women,
Yeah.
for all women, really. She works with such a great stylist and she has a great sense herself and
Yeah.
sensibility
Great
about
eye.
it. Totally. But what did you notice about any of the styling,
Yeah.
jewelry over the weekend, the
Sure.
whole wedding weekend?
Oh my God, there were there's so many amazing looks, but obviously we have to start with the bridal look. So
Of
I
course.
thought, first of all, the high neck, I mean, she was wearing a custom couture Chanel dress. Like it fit her like it should have fit her, like literally just another layer of skin on her body. The fit
Chills
was
when I think about it.
amazing. I know, right?
Chills.
I love that she did the high neck because I think she's 1,000% going to set a new trend. I work with thousands of brides. I can maybe count on one hand how many have done a high neck in the last year.
Oh,
And
totally.
I just feel like everything now is about to change. And what I love about a high neck is that it really gives you a moment for an incredible earring. So
Yes.
I love that she didn't go with a cluster and she went with a really soft, subtle drop, a very romantic earring, obviously big diamonds, which we love. Um, And that like medium length drop was just so perfect on her. It hit her at the right spot. She looked amazing. Like
Unbelievable.
she couldn't have done any better. It was really, really special. And then her after party look, that Chanel dress was so much fun. She threw her hair up. Like, I love a hair change. I'm such a big proponent of like putting on a party pony for an after party. I think she had like so many cute photos with her hair swinging, and you can just tell like she's just so happy and having a great time. And that really like came through in all of her photos.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, she's just stunning. So anything she's going to do or wear, of course, is going to look so amazing.
Yeah.
And she's favorite. Like, what do you
She's
say
so
about it?
beautiful. It's like, it's unreal. It's
It's
not fair.
unreal. Yes. I loved the earring. And like you said, like I'm a stud girl.
Yeah.
And love a cluster, but we see a lot
You
of
see it
it.
all the time. Yeah.
Yes. And I love that she just kind of brought back a classic. I was talking about this recently, but like the new trend is classic. So we're
Yeah, for
seeing
sure.
a lot less of like the plunging necklines, and which, is great. There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone should do the style that they love, obviously.
And that flatters them. Like, everyone has a
Totally.
different vision. There's no right and wrong here. It's all about,
Absolutely.
and
It's
that's
just
what I tell
trendy.
my brides. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
And I think the high neck is going to be the new trend. Like, how after you see her, how could it not be?
Oh my God. I
Who
just,
doesn't want to look like Sophia Richie after that weekend? Like,
no
yes,
words.
done, sold.
100,000%. I love
Yeah,
it so much.
it was so
So
good.
before we continue on style, for anyone who doesn't know who Verstolo is and what Verstolo does, can
Let's
you
get into it.
explain a little bit about the process?
Sure, absolutely. So we are the premier diamond rental company for brides. Technically, anyone can rent. We work with a ton of moms too, and a ton of sisters, and anyone in the bridal party, but we really specialize in the bridal journey and the bridal moment. So we've been jewelers for 4 generations. Our specialty is custom diamond jewelry. Everything in our rental collection was designed and made by us here in New York City. And we are fortunate enough to be able to loan our jewelry out to all of our amazing clients all across the country to make them feel like a special, radiating, sparkly bride that they want to be on their wedding day. So it's a really unique opportunity. Obviously, everyone wants to be dripping in diamonds for their wedding. Like, who doesn't dream of that? You dream about the dress, the sparkle, all of it. But buying diamond jewelry for your wedding is very expensive, and weddings generally are very expensive. So the rentals just resonate and make so much sense, both like emotionally and financially. So we have a fairly vast collection of earrings, necklaces, and bracelets that we rent for a fraction of the retail price. So it's a really fun process because every client that comes in here gets a personal styling consultation. We talk about their look. We talk about their vision for their jewelry. We talk about how they wear jewelry in their everyday life and how they wear jewelry for special occasions. And then we put all of that together and help them pick out their perfect jewelry for their wedding weekend. So clients can rent for look 1, look 2, rehearsal dinner, after party, brunch, even the bridal shower, engagement party, whatever they want. I always tell clients, consider us your vault. We're your new jewelry closet. So it's pretty exciting, and we've been growing the last couple of years. COVID was really good to us because it gave us the idea to do Zoom consultation. So if you're not in New York, we hop on Zoom. You have the same experience. I show you all the jewelry. I'll even try on the jewelry for you. So you know what it will look like on the ear. We go over pictures of past brides. It's like a moment for you to just like decompress, talk about your style, and play with diamonds. So it's pretty awesome.
It's so fun.
I
And
want
those
that.
are exactly, who doesn't want that? And those are the
Yeah,
most fun parts of the planning process. Like I don't know about everyone, but I happen to think that, trying on your dress and choosing your flowers and your menu, those are the fun details that you look forward to. The other stuff is kind of
totally.
like nitty-gritty. This is like you said, you're playing with diamonds, you're
Yeah.
choosing your jewels, how you're going to be frosted. It's just so beautiful, and the pieces are so delicate and beautiful, gorgeous, dainty. I rented a piece, so I will post the picture that I had, and
Yes.
it's just exquisite. And it does really make you feel special. There's something from going from not having an earring or necklace on, for that matter.
Yeah.
I happen to be like, if I don't have my earrings in, it's all
It's
over.
right. Like if I don't have my earrings on and my mascara on, I'm like, who am I? This is not
Yes.
me.
Goodbye. Like, I don't feel like a human being. Um,
Exactly.
but especially for brides, I mean, regardless, you have to have that piece. You have to have something to make you shine. And on the
Absolutely.
wedding day, I know you and I had talked about this a little bit before, but just that moment on the wedding day when the bride is putting her earring in, it just completes the entire look.
That's it. It's a special moment. I mean, we've been doing engagement rings and wedding bands for a really, really long time. And our clients, luckily, we do great work and they're so happy with their rings. But the emails and letters that we get after their wedding saying, like, I love my ring. I loved everything I bought from you, whatever it is. But those earrings that I rented, when I put them on, I literally sparkled. I like my friends and family came up to me telling me I was sparkling down the aisle. Like I just felt so good. Like the earrings or the necklace made all of the difference. And we're
Yes.
like, this is fantastic. This is what it's all about. Like you feel good, you look good. And then those memories are going to last forever with the photos and the way that you feel. So it's a really special process, and it's really special for us to be such a small part of it.
You turn into a movie star instantly as soon as you put them on.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so in terms of selecting, when you're selecting a piece to rent, buy, whatever through Verstolo, is there anything that you ever suggest that brides maybe don't do when either pairing something or just choosing something for bridal in general?
Yeah. So I'm a big proponent of a tennis bracelet. So a lot of clients are like, I don't really like wear a bracelet that often. I'm like, think about it for your wedding day because you're going to be holding the bouquet, you're going to be posing, you're going to be dancing. So that's like one thing that I always recommend. But ultimately my goal is to make a bride feel like herself, but elevated. And that's the most important thing. I don't like pushing brides out of their comfort zone. If they've never worn a hanging earring, I always say like your wedding day should not be the first time you're putting on a big earring. You're
No,
just
it's
not
not the
going to
time
feel
to experiment.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you want to experiment, play around for your rehearsal dinner. That's where you have fun. That's where you might go a little bit more fashion forward. For bridal, we want to keep it classic, but we want to keep it modern too.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons I think our collection is so great because we have pieces that really appeal to everyone. So we have the super delicate drops, but then we also have the huge earrings for like the bride who wants to be dripping in diamonds. We have that. So we really have it all. And I think what we're really good at is bringing out the bride's personality and her vision and then matching it to our collection.
You guys definitely are good at it, and there's so much variety. Um, is there anything during an appointment, if you see that, maybe someone's comfortable in terms of style, but maybe they're
Yeah.
talking to you about a cut of their dress, they have a sweetheart neckline, or something plunging or high neck. Is there ever a time where you would suggest, hey, maybe we don't do a drop earring, even though you're comfortable with that? Maybe this would pair a little bit better.
All the time. Before I spoke to you, I had a 9:30 appointment this morning, and I have a bride who's getting married. It was actually funny. She was in Singapore, so it was 10 o'clock at night for her.
Oh my
But
gosh.
she's getting married in New York City. She's just living there now with her fiance for work. But they're getting married in New York City. She has like a beautiful classic silk Mikado, very clean dress with a rounded strapless like top.
Mm.
And she's like, I really like this Layla necklace that you have, which is more of a skinny drop. And I was like, that's just not right for the dress. So we ended up going with our graduated diamond necklace. And then she was maybe thinking about a drop because she loves a drop earring. And we decided to keep it simple on the ear. We did one of our clusters. And then she like, I'm not saying her name, but I might be giving away her look a little bit. But she told me, she's like, I have to show you my rehearsal dinner dress. It's amazing. I was like, okay, show me. It's this amazing purple, sparkly, like iridescent 80s old wedding dress that she found at a vintage shop in LA. And I was like, okay, so this is where we're going to come in with the big drop and we're going to have some fun. And we rented one of our largest drop earrings in the collection. And I'm like, can you get married tomorrow? Because I can't wait for your photos. Your looks are going to be so different, but so amazing and appropriate for the timing, the venue, and obviously the dresses. So yeah, we talk about it all and definitely guide in what I think and what we hope is the right direction. And I know she's gonna look so fabulous. I literally can't wait.
Just by the description alone, I mean, you know what she looks like. I'm just envisioning this in my head.
Right, you
It's
can
like
picture it, right?
totally like a Taylor Swift lover era.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And she's doing a high pony for the rehearsal dinner. And she's having it at this rooftop bar in New York City. I was like, can you just make sure you hop on that bar and take some really cool pictures? And I want like the ear shots because you are gonna literally, you're so right. It's that Taylor Swift, like New York City chic girl having fun type
Yes.
moment.
But it's so funny. It goes back to your original point of even seeing in Fashion Week all the different styles. We're talking about Sophia Richie, who couldn't be a more classic bride.
Totally. Chanel
Versus
bride.
exactly. And then this kind of fun, iridescent 80s,
Right.
whimsical look. And it just
Totally.
goes
She's
to show
Taylor Swift for the rehearsal, Sophia Richie for the wedding. It's great.
obsessed. And
Yeah,
diamonds transcend all of it too, which is,
absolutely.
I mean, you can wear it with any, it's the most classic piece you could ever wear. And, to your point just about renting as well, a lot of brides won't have the opportunity to wear those pieces again. So it
Correct.
does give them such a great opportunity to feel special. I mean, yes, you could purchase a cubic zirconium and have a day with it. You could.
You could, of course you could.
You could do anything you want, but
Exactly. Well, it's funny you
you're gonna
mentioned that
feel
because yeah, exactly. So the bride, she was like, for the rehearsal, because I want to have a fun look, I was thinking of maybe doing costume jewelry. And she's like, I found this pair of earrings. So I'm like, show me the earrings. Let's look at it. And they were these huge, like chunky hearts. And I was like, okay, with your dress, we have a purple iridescent strapless craziness. Do you want to look 80s prom or do you want to look Taylor Swift chic 2023? And she's like, you are so right. Like those, if you want to look 80s prom, like you can have that moment and that is a look and that's fun and play with it and go for it. But if you want a little bit of sophistication, you got to go with
yes.
diamonds.
Totally. And going with a company like Verstolo, like you guys give that guidance too, which you can't really get otherwise. Even my jeweler,
Right.
shout out to Sal, he's fabulous, wonderful
Yeah.
guy. He's in Philadelphia, but he is not a bride. He's never been a bride.
Right.
And even when we were shopping for, wedding bands, engagement rings, he's like, we want it to be beautiful and practical and like this is what's and it's so funny the thought process that goes into it. But someone like you guys who rent these costume pieces, he's more in the wedding ring, engagement
Yeah,
ring realm.
engagement ring, classic jeweler.
Yeah, Sal's
Totally.
not going to be my stylist. He's not going to
No.
Bridal Fashion Week. He's not,
Love Sal, but we know what he's good at, and it's
he's
not
he's the
that.
king, he is fabulous, but no, he's
Yes,
not going to be recommending that. So when you go to someone like you guys, you really get that attention to detail and
correct.
someone who's saying, let me look at your dress, let me look at what you had in mind for a piece, because
Right.
it's also your reputation on the line. So if that bride had showed you something that was exquisite and gorgeous, you would have been like, yeah, that's great for your rehearsal and
Right.
let's focus on your wedding day. It's
Absolutely. Like I want the bride to look and feel their best because that's like when they're going to recommend us and feel good and be like, I met with Lauren and really she walked me through everything and we talked like
yes.
we had a conversation and I guided her. And I think with bridal specifically, right? Everyone wants to be Sophia Richie and have a stylist throughout their entire life, right? Like we want a stylist, we want a chef, we all want that life, but let's be serious, not everyone has that.
Yes.
But when it comes to bridal and you're shopping for your wedding dress, hopefully you buy it from a store where you have a really fabulous sales consultant who's looking at your body and looking at your style and walking you through it. kind of after that, if you don't have a bridal stylist, and if anyone needs a bridal stylist, there are some amazing ones in New York City, but we know that's a very luxurious service and not everyone
Sure.
has that. But after
Absolutely.
the wedding dress, you're kind of on your own. So when you're looking for accessories, there's really no one guiding you because you're looking on Revolve and you're looking on all these websites. You don't know if it's cheap. You don't know if it's going to be nice. So not only are you ending up with diamonds here at Verstolo, you're like ending up with a stylist who's like focusing on you and talking about you and your needs. Like I talk about my clients' earlobes. Like we cover everything in this office, from earlobes to knuckles. Like we do it all. So it really is that like personal service that I think makes a really big difference when like you're so stressed and bogged down in every decision when it comes to your wedding. I mean, there's a lot of decision fatigue. So to have someone help you, I personally think is invaluable. I know if I were a bride, I would be like, help, like, what do I do?
Oh,
So, and I know
absolutely.
our brides and clients really appreciate that from us. So
100%. And Lauren, how big is the team? If someone were to rent a piece from you guys, would they be dealing with you or maybe another team member as well?
yeah, so they're either dealing with me or one of our owners. So there's two co-founders to Verstolo and myself. And we kind of hold down the fort. We've all been in jewelry for a while. I mean, the two founders of Verstolo, a lot of people think it's my company, but it's actually not. I'm
Just
actually
the beautiful
approaching,
face.
exactly. I'm approaching my fourth year here, which is like crazy. Um,
Congratulations. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
So yeah, you're meeting with myself or one of the owners who have been in this industry for a really long time and have an amazing eye for style. And our goal is to grow and bring on more consultants and stylists. So it's a very exciting time for us. We just moved to this new office on Madison Avenue. We have more space. So we're growing and building, and our goal is to get every bride stripping in Verstolo diamonds for their wedding.
Yes. Yes. I would love to
Yeah,
see that
no
as
small
well.
goal.
No, it's not. But you know what? I think it's definitely possible because it really is such a special process. Every little detail that goes into it, it matters when it comes to weddings and bridal. You want to feel like you are the only person in the world. And
It's your time to shine.
yes, that's exactly
Pun
right.
intended.
Yes, I don't care how many weddings I plan, I attend on that day. It never gets old. It is such a special moment for the bride or groom or whoever is getting married, but
Everyone.
absolutely, absolutely. And you want that care and attention to detail, and you can't get it most other places, which is why I think
Totally.
Versolo is such a cool company. And I came across you guys a long time ago, just kind of browsing through. And then I did a video on um Stephen Levitan's wedding, who was the creator of Modern Family. And
Uh-huh.
I had mentioned the drop earrings because his bride had a gorgeous drop earring, Christina Levitan. Um, it was pretty similar to Sophia Richie's, actually. It was,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, absolutely gorgeous. But in that time, I was like, oh, there's a company that rents these because especially if you're doing an earring like that, that's the important part too. When you're saying,
Yeah.
okay, I'll just get a piece of costume jewelry, when you're doing a piece like that, sometimes you can get away with it. Maybe if it's a like really itty bitty baby stud, whatever. But when it's a statement piece and you have a simple gown, especially, and that's
It
going to be your
makes a
highlight,
difference.
like that is what the eye is going to. That is,
1,000%. This is your face. It's
yes,
on your face. You're looking at the beautiful bride, and then you're looking at her dress. So, and also clients are spending so much money on their dress. These are not cheap dresses. To pair costume jewelry just like kind of brings down the look. So, with a rental, which our prices for what you're getting are comparable to, high-end costume jewelry,
yeah,
which you're never going to wear again anyway. So
that's
may
the
as
thing.
well be dripping in diamonds and the real thing, um, and enjoy it and totally elevate the look.
Yes, yes, because the trends and styles change so rapidly. I feel like I'm trying to come up from air to figure out
Yeah,
what is next on the horizon.
yeah,
And, if you are buying, hopefully for your wedding, if you are going to go with costume, you're buying something higher quality and,
right.
you're spending a decent amount on it. But at that point, like you said, okay, well, maybe it's something trendy. So am I actually going to wear this again? I mean, how many
Right.
pieces of chandelier earrings I have from my early 20s and I'm like,
Same.
I will never wear
Bye.
it. Yeah, it's just
Exactly.
exactly.
So at
So
least you know you wore something real, you wore something special. And listen, I will say, a couple years later, you come back and buy it. Like it's not gone. It can be yours in the future. So
totally.
that's another thing that's pretty fun about it. I've had husbands come to me a year or two later after the wedding, and they're like, my wife loved her wedding earrings. Like now we're at a place where we can buy it. And then they, surprise her and she has her wedding earrings one day. So
I was just going to say if for any fiancés listening, or if anyone wants to send this to their fiance, we'll snip this part, but it's such a great anniversary gift. I had a friend whose now husband, she was renting earrings and he bought them for her as a surprise for her wedding day. But it's
Yep.
also a great anniversary gift, or
I've had
a
clients do
present.
that. I've had clients do that too. One of my favorite couples that we worked with, they got married out in Napa. And they came in together because they were in New York. They live in California, but they came in together for wedding bands and their rentals. So she picked out her rental earrings, and after the meeting, he's like, I want to buy them and surprise them. And it's like a win-win for him because she picked them out. He
Yeah.
knows she'll love them. You're always worried when you buy an expensive gift. Like, is she gonna like it? Is she not gonna like it? So he was like, this is the perfect gift. I know she loves them. They were gonna be her wedding earrings. So obviously they're an important piece for her. And then we made him a custom pair, and he surprised her that day, which was so nice.
And now he's the hero. And
Exactly. He looks good. He looks good. He's a good guy.
oh, I'm sure he is an incredible guy. And yeah, like you
Yeah.
said, like she chose them, but she doesn't even know that she chose her gift. It's
Exactly. It's
such a
really
cool.
cool.
It's a really, really cool gift. It's a really great idea for anyone
Yeah.
listening. Pay attention.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So is there anything else that you want to talk about in terms of Verstolo and the process, rentals in general?
Yeah. I think, yeah, let's talk about the process a little bit, because
Yes.
one thing that's unique about us is we have one of each style. So every piece in our collection is a one of one. So what that means for brides and brides who are planning to rent is you want to get in here as early as possible, because the earlier you have your consultation, the more options you'll have for your wedding weekend. So I think that's really, really important. So I tell a lot of girls, as soon as you have your dress, you're ready to start talking about your accessories.
Mm,
I would say the sweet spot of booking your jewelry is probably about 6 months out before your wedding. But we have clients who book over a year out. Believe it or not, we have a handful of 2024 brides already.
love it.
But we also have brides who learn about us like a couple weeks before their wedding, and they like rent week of. So we do have an awesome collection, and there's always something. There's always a diamond in the rough, as we say. But the earlier, the better, just because you'll have more things to choose from. So that's really important to know. And a little bit about the reservation process is, once we find your jewelry, we take a 50% deposit to lock it in. And then it's reserved for them and secured for them for their wedding weekend. In terms of actually getting the jewelry, they can pick up from our showroom in New York if they're local to here. And if they're not in New York, we'll ship, but the jewelry is theirs for the entire weekend, typically Thursday to Monday. So if they need to rent for rehearsal dinner or any other event throughout the weekend, they absolutely can. It's not like a one day and done and you have to get it back the next second. So
Yes.
they have it all weekend long, which is great. And then insurance, because everyone's going to be a little bit worried
Yes.
about if they're protected, if anything goes wrong. That's what insurance is for, and that's built into their price.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And I can actually speak to getting it shipped because I'm not New York City local. I'm South
Exactly. You got
Jersey.
through
So
it.
it was sent to me, and the packaging itself is just so beautiful. It's such an experience when you open it up. Even that alone is like, oh, they're here. And it comes in this beautiful box and case, and has the polish there, and it's ready to get shipped back so easily. It's such an easy process. It's a no-brainer.
Thank you. No, we try and make it as seamless as possible. We definitely have our system in place. We can ship to a home, we can ship to a FedEx, and clients can pick it up from there. And then we provide them with a prepaid label and everything that they need to just ship it back to us. So it's really as easy as can be. Very similar to Rent the Runway. A lot of clients are familiar with their process. So
Yes.
just slap on that label, drop it at your store, and you're good to go.
Totally. I'm a huge proponent of rentals when it comes to weddings, just because there is a lot of waste, so to speak, when it comes to it. It's a $7 billion industry, and so many things just get, yeah, it's absolutely insane. But, companies like Verstolo, you guys, and, Something Borrowed Blooms, and even Rent the Runway for guests. It really is such something that's not thought about too much. But then once you realize it's in the realm of possibility, it's like, why wouldn't I do that? Yes.
That's what everyone says to us when if I like meet someone and I tell them what I do, they're like, that is genius. Like it just makes so much sense. And to your point, there is a lot of waste, unfortunately, in the wedding industry. And this is one way to, kind of be a little bit more sustainable and also feel good about it, and look good about it. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So I have a couple more minutes with you, and I just have a few fun questions that I like to end on a fun note. So my first question is, what is your dream wedding cake flavor?
Oh, interesting. So let me think for a second. I'm kind of basic when it comes to cake. I don't like things that are super sweet. I will say I love a funfetti cake. So a little party in a cake, a little surprise.
Totally.
And I also love a cream cheese frosting.
So good. Oh my gosh. That sounds delicious. So maybe a funfetti cake with little cream cheese frosting.
Yeah. So
sounds
good.
Delish.
Plain white. And then you cut it up and you're like, oh, party on the inside. Love it. What a fun surprise.
It's a fun surprise. Best of both. It's the common theme.
Exactly. Versatility.
Absolutely. So next question. What song must you hear at a wedding? What's going to get you up and dancing?
Oh, for sure, Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody.
That is the most popular answer for sure. And
really?
There's a reason. There's a reason for it. No, you're not basic. There's a reason for this. It is the best. And
it's the best.
It will lift everyone out of their seat immediately.
Yes, exactly.
Such a good song.
Put on some Whitney and everyone just feels good and wants to party.
Absolutely.
Love
it. And then third and final is, what is your dream recommended honeymoon destination?
Ooh, I'm a beach girl. So a Fiji, Bali, put me on the water situation and I'm happy. Anywhere surrounded by beautiful turquoise water.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. You can't beat it. Oh my gosh. Lauren, thank you so much for doing this. This was awesome. So informative. And I'll send you everything when it's up, but I'll link everywhere that people can find you and Verstolo. But before we go off, do you want to share anything else?
Well, give us a follow at Verstolo on Instagram. If anyone needs anything, you can email me at any time. I'm lauren@verstolo.com. And hopefully we'll get some of your listeners to be dripping in diamonds over the next couple months.
Would love nothing more. Thank you so much, Lauren. I'll talk to you soon.
So fun. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.